I'm not gonna lie, this is what I look like watching the Chip Kelly offense.
Here I am, it's the on-campus kingpin.
Eagles session, Gayle Saunders here, talking the Eagles versus the Redskins, and we were blessed with a 33-27 win over the Redskins. And the Chip Kelly era is upon us, folks. Definitely put his balls on the table. Hello, NFC East. I'm Chip Kelly. This is what I do. Take it or leave it. I don't know about you, but my mouth was open when I was just watching the first drive, watching the Eagles go down the field. It was almost like nobody knew what the Eagles were gonna do, except for the Eagles, and we just watched it just unfold. Pass after pass. He had one to Riley Cooper, and then he had faked the handoff to I believe McCoy, and then he hit Brent Selleck on a nice little pass. I mean, he dinked and dunked all the way down the field. Vic looked pretty phenomenal. And the speed, the blur, or whatever you want to call it, the Fast and the Furious, was pretty serious. I mean, I got calls from all my college teammates, just like in awe of what they saw in the first half. But on that first drive, it started off with a bang and then ended with that backward pass. I was a little shocked after that. I was like, how are they going to respond? And then they put the pedal to the metal again and put their foot down and try to put it on the Redskins' neck. The defense, I mean, we'll shift to the defense a little bit. Defense came up with some big stops. They came up with turnovers, a fumble. Trent Cole came up huge on that. They came up with interception. Brandon Boykin came up with a safety. I mean, all in all, I'm not going to go into every single detail of the game, but you have to be ecstatic. When everybody was picking the Eagles to lose, it seemed like the cool thing to do. Obviously, the Eagles had something up their sleeve, and the up-tempo was a lot. They tired out a good Redskins defense up front. I mean, Kerrigan and Rackbo, those guys are pretty solid. I know D'Angelo Hall is a guy that you can take advantage of, and they did with the Deshaun Jackson score when they came back and threw that nice little play-action fake, and they had like the cross. There was just a lot of trickery in the Chip Kelly offense in the first half. I mean, you're looking at the time of possession won. They had over 20 minutes of possession in the first half to about, I think it was about to eight minutes that the Redskins had the ball in the first half. You're looking at plays. They had 30 plays to 9 plays run by the Redskins in the first half. The Eagles ran 53 plays in the first half. Those kind of numbers are staggering. I mean, that's ridiculous. But I'm still in shock, and I know you're probably in a little bit of shock as well. I believe it or not, I was one that I thought the Eagles could pull a victory out of this one. I mean, their defense had a lot of question marks, yes, but their offensive line is their offensive line. I mean, these guys came back healthy. Jason Peters is a one bad mofo. I mean, let's be honest here. Like, just because you have an injury doesn't mean you're not going to be, lumping people up. He was throwing people around, and he's just going to get better and better as the season goes on. He's still a little rusty. The multiple formations that Chip Kelly put on the field, I know you must have been losing it when you saw him line up Lane Johnson to the far right, out in the slot with the two receiver and I believe the tight end, and I believe Jason Peters was on the other end. It was you just don't see that on a day-to-day, a week-to-week basis in the NFL. He just showed a multiple looks in the offensive looks for the defense to be like, what the F is going on here? Just watching the Redskins defensive linemen, just their linebackers, just gassed. The other thing that was pretty awesome is just the way that he was setting them up with like the screen run pass option. Um, Chip Kelly's almost like a boxer in a sense. He'll send in plays to set you up 4 plays down the road. So you have Deshaun Jackson catching the bubble screens 2 plays in a row. The big thing about Deshaun Jackson, and he actually spoke on it after the game, is people expect me to take a top off of defense, but they don't expect me to on short routes be dangerous. And then when you fake the bubble screen to Deshaun Jackson, and when you have linebackers looking inside, all it takes is just a little bit for Selleck to get open, and boom, what happens? You have a touchdown. All summer long, I've been just bigging up LeSean McCoy and just saying how this offense is going to be based around LeSean McCoy. That's the beautiful thing, and that is how Michael Vick can be successful, on the basis that McCoy is the guy who's going to get the carries. I mean, McCoy had 31 carries on the night, almost broke his best. I think he had 100, and it was 184 yards, 1 reception for 5 yards. 31 carries, like almost 6 yards to carry. That is gotta be. You gotta be excited about that. I mean, watching LeSean McCoy change lanes like it was Madden. I mean, really was. Watching LeSean McCoy in those cutback lanes is a thing to watch. You're gonna see in the zone reads where the center goes up to the second level and gets that guy and creates that cutback lane for McCoy, and that's the beautiful thing. Watch McCoy get to the next level and then make one guy miss. Now, if he gets to the next level and makes one guy miss, what happens there? You have a long run. I believe he had a 34-yard touchdown run. But also, let's talk about Vick in the rushing game. I mean, Vick had around 54 yards rushing. He had 1 rushing touchdown and 2 touchdowns in the air, 1 to Deshaun Jackson and 1 to Selleck. What I liked about Vick tonight, he was pretty efficient with the ball. He got the ball around, moved it around here and there. There was a couple times he was running around making blocks, and that's one thing that I was just like, oh, come on, Vic. I mean, we really don't need you blocking out there. He did have that nice run down, I believe in third or fourth quarter. I believe the fourth quarter to extend that drive, which was huge. I thought that was pretty awesome. But he did, he was getting beat up a little bit, and that's the thing with you watch Oregon Ducks offense. The quarterbacks do take a couple shots, and I think for teams to be successful with Vic going forward, they're gonna get in his face and just hit him early and often as much as they can. Avant, he had a bonehead fumble in the fourth quarter, which was, I applaud him for trying to get extra yards. Down the road, he ended up getting that first down, and then he had the onside kick recovery, which was pretty huge. But overall, I just thought we saw just a glimpse of what our offense can be. The speed is what was amazing. I mean, we're going to be talking about that for the next couple of days on talk radio, on social media. Everything, the speed was phenomenal. But the tempo is one thing. I mean, we had 33 points. We had most of that in the first half. The second half was kind of like, we eased up on the gas pedal and it came back to haunt us. But before talking about that, the defense at first, guys are making plays on the defensive side of the ball. Kerry Williams with the interception came up huge. I spoke about Kerry Williams in the offseason. As much as people want to cry about the sconces and all that BS, like the Negadelphia vibe. Please, come on now. All it took was a game like this for you guys to shut up about Carol Williams. All day, every day, on the radio, people are talking about Carol Williams, blah, 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 Riley Cooper, blah, blah, blah. Carol Williams came to play, folks. He's got a mean streak. If you ever played on a football team, you know defensive backs have mean streaks. You need to have a guy on your team that is a dirty bastard, will make the cheap shot sometimes when you can get away with. You need that. You know, having an edge isn't bad. So, Kerry Williams, I applaud. Michael Kendricks, you're looking at his speed, and they're utilizing it well in this 3-4. He's finding his little holes to blitz in. Kerry Williams also blitzed in and had a sack on RG3. And Trent Cole, can we give Trent Cole some props? Moving positions for defensive ends to outside linebacker and making that transition has been pretty awesome for him. He looked tough. The other thing to look at was the depth of, or the depth chart of the defense. A lot of guys were getting in there. Guys like Jordan Poyer were in there. They rotated a lot of the linemen. It was the team effort. They did kind of get lackadaisical in the fourth quarter and halfway through the third. They kind of eased back. I think that they were giving some guys some breathers, but I think they're just gonna have to kind of control that tempo a little bit better. The offense, I know, tried to slow it down a little bit. It was kind of funny to watch them. Like the first time that they really huddled, I think they huddled twice in the first 3 quarters, I believe, and then they tried to huddle in the fourth quarter. But just overall, it's just a beautiful thing to watch. We've all been anticipating this game for a long time. Eagle fans out there, what was your biggest moment out there? What I'd love to hear what you guys were excited about. I'm just excited overall. We're here. Football season's here. Eagle Sessions is here talking about football. I'm excited. I can't even. It's like 12 o'clock in the morning. But Eagle fans out there, how are you feeling? The season is upon us. Chip Kelly is finally set foot in the NFL for real this time. For all you naysayers and all you analysts that, I don't know. I think sometimes analysts might get lazy, and they just need to create stories. I think for now the Eagles have something special. What it is how do we look after half of the season when they have all the tape on Chip Kelly's offense? I was thinking an 8-8 season would be phenomenal. That would be a great season considering where we came from. Some people say 7-9, but I believe that we can get into that range just if we run an effective offense, don't make mistakes, don't have crazy turnovers. But after half the season's over, what will defensive coordinator scheme against the Eagles once they get all this tape on us? That'll be the interesting question. But for now, it's going to be interesting for the next couple weeks to see who can stop us. They have San Diego, I believe, next week, and that'll be interesting. But anyway, Eagles fans out there, glad to be back. I had a vacation, missed part of the last preseason, but I needed to get away. Beautiful vacation. I'm back in action. Eagle Sessions, Gayle, Saunders, skinnypost.com. Living the dream, not as in dream team, but living the dream. And I'll talk to you guys soon.